everyone, this is Sandra here, and today we're gonna film a little tutorial. Now, I filmed this look yesterday, but when I went to edit it, guess what I noticed? That the camera for the whole time was focusing on my ear rather than my eye. So here we go again, we're filming the first part of that video. And basically what I'm gonna do is that I've seen that the Jeffree Star Mini Breaker palette is on 40% discount at the moment. Which you can imagine what that does to my brain. It's like, oh, quick, go, 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 buy, buy, buy. And I'm trying to be reasonable and see if I can recreate a similar, or, well, because it's me, I want to recreate the exact look I could create with that palette. And I watched a few reviews as well about 2 days ago on my way home from work just to see if it's worth it, and all the reviews are saying it's a great palette and they love it. So not helping my case at all, not helping. But I thought I will try to recreate a similar look, and the palettes that I used yesterday and I had in mind are the Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions palette, which if you've been on my channel for a while, you know I love this. I mean, yeah, it speaks for itself. And the other palette I used is the Morphe 35B palette, which is the really colorful palette that I don't think they actually make anymore. But as you can see, this has a few pens on it as well and is well loved. So here we go again. I hope this time the camera will focus in the right place. And I'm just gonna film the first part of the tutorial that was actually quite blurry on that footage, and then the end of the footage that was actually fine I will just cut together. So if you see an outfit and headband change, that's why, because I couldn't even find this headband yesterday. I was really bringing my top game. And I already primed my eyes with the MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette. I just need to make sure that there are no creases in this anymore. And I will zoom you in and we get on with this video. Alright, so don't mind my face, it's breaking out in a few places. But first we're gonna go in with the Morphe palette and a lovely orange shade. And it's not exactly the same as what I see in Jeffree Star palette. If I keep looking on the side, it's because I have a picture of the palette there. And the shade I would use from that palette would be Orange Crush. And again, mine is not exactly the same, but it's fairly close. So first I'm just gonna pack it in a shape. And this look is very much inspired by a girl, lady, female, whatever you want to call her, on YouTube. So I'm gonna put her channel name on the screen now, just because I can't remember for the life of me her YouTube handle. She's not someone I follow, I just found her while I was looking at reviews. And it's not going to be the exact same look, but it's very much inspired by her. So I will just again put her name on the screen and put her in the description box. And first I'm just going to build up this orangey shade around my crease area in a shape that I'm happy with. So I'm mostly patting and I do a little bit of swiping, but not too much. Like so. Oh, camera. I don't know why this camera wants to focus on my ear so much. So as you can see, I just patted the color there. Well, I hope the camera was focusing. I just patted the color there. And once I'm happy with it, I will swap to another brush. And I'm swapping to a small blending brush this time. And I'm still going back into the palette I have from Morphe, but into a yellow shade. And now from the Jeffree Star palette I would use the shade Double Scoop, which is more like a muted pukey browny yellowy color, and I have nothing like that shade in my collection. I was looking, I couldn't find anything, so we have to just, you know, be happy with the yellow because there's nothing else I can do. And I'm just gonna blend the edges here. And what I noticed yesterday as well, that it's a lot more yellow than I want it to be, but there's nothing I can do. I don't have a shade like that, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, because I wanted to make sure, come on camera, I wanted to make sure that I don't just buy palettes, but at the same time I also don't just want to fully stop buying things, because I can buy things that I actually don't have yet, and my camera is seriously having problems with focusing. Hold on. Alright, fun fact, my camera was in the wrong setting the whole time, and that's why it was not focusing properly. Oh joy. But now that we figure it out, we can zoom back in on my eye. Also, the camera took a leap of faith and fell, so I hope my boyfriend is not watching this and feeling terrified, because it's his camera that I just borrow all the time. As I was saying before, I'm just going back in with the yellow shade because I don't have anything like double scoop. It's just one of those mustardy, yellowy, sort of browny shades that's perfect for blending, but I have nothing like it. I only have yellows. So we just have to go with what we have. And I'm just gonna lightly blend around the edges. Now I'm gonna swap to a flat brush, and I'm gonna try to create a similar color as Purple Punch in the Jeffree Star palette. And I'm still using my Morphe palette. One of the shades I have in mind is a bit too purple and the other one is a bit too magenta. So I'm just gonna mix the two on the brush and hope for the best. Honestly, yesterday when I was doing this look first, it didn't exactly turn out the same, but that's the closest I can get to it. So I don't have many choices really, because none of the purples I own are any similar to that. At least not based on the pictures or based on the swatches I've seen. Okay, and I'm just gonna mainly pat it in the outer corner, and then I'm gonna go back in the brush that we used before and give it a bit of a blend. And then I'm gonna go back in the two purpley shades in the palette and pat it off my brush and apply a bit more in that outer corner. And I'm just gonna keep repeating that process till I'm happy with how it looks. Just want to make sure it's well blended. Okay, so that's where we are at the moment. Then I'm gonna still use the same flat brush, and from the Jeffree Star palette I would use a shade Bite Me. Yes, it's called Bite Me, and I have nothing like that. That's a really dark purpley color, but the closest I have to it is this purpley shade from the Huda Beauty palette, so I'm just gonna use that. And I just flip around the brush to the other side as compared to what we used before. And I'm just gonna pat it in the middle section of my lid. And it's a beautiful shade that I should use a lot more often, but I just sometimes forget. Like so. And again, we're gonna use this brush I use with the orange shade and just blend. And yesterday I also tapped back in the orange shade just a little bit. I'm a little bit paranoid now that it's not focusing on me. And I'm gonna go back into the crease and blend a bit more, just to make sure that it's a seamless blend. And then go back in with the purple color and apply a bit more in the middle, and then go back again with the matte shades and add a bit more in the outer corner. Like so. For the inner corner, I would use the shade Oral from the Jeffree Star palette, which is this grey, purpley kind of color. I think it's quite like a duochrome shade, but again, I don't have anything like that. The closest that I have is more like a topper color from the Morphe palette. So I'm going to take that on a little flat brush dip my brush in there and apply it in the inner corner. Now in the after footage you will also see that I have a highlighter shade right under my brow, and for that I just used the same highlighter yesterday as I did for the whole of my complexion. Also, if you want to see what I use on my complexion after the end footage, I filmed the first impressions video, which will be up after this, but if I don't forget, I will link it in the description box below. But basically it's just the Too Faced Canary Diamond highlighter that I have all on my brow bone there. But for now I'm gonna just apply a bit of concealer and then we will be back so I can show you how I achieved my under eye look. Is that a thing? Anyway, concealer on and I will show you how I finished the look yesterday. Alright, the under eye area is now concealed and ready to go. So what I did yesterday is I took a flat brush like that, a flat angled brush, and I took the matte purpley shades, the little mixture I had, and I just basically lightly stamped it on rather than really pulling the shadow as close to my lash line as possible. Just like so. Next I took the orange shade on a small fluffy brush and I just blended out that purpley shade with it, not being nearly as careful as I was with the placement of the purple, and blended it out. And then to resemble the top line I went back in with the small blending brush that I used with the yellow shade, and again I went back in the yellow, patted it off and just dusted it along there, blending it fully out, not being afraid to actually bring it quite far down. Just like so. To complete the look, I went in the waterline with a pencil that I'm sure you've seen me using many times, which is the Urban Decay 24x7 Glide on Eye pencil in the shade Love Drug. And that's it. I just applied the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara and obviously did my brows and my base, and that was it. So now I will jump back to the original footage so you will see me in my actual full-on face makeup in 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I'm back. I just filmed first impressions as well, which will probably be up after this, so if I don't forget later on I will link it here. But I quite like this look. I love the pop of purple, I love the oranges, but at the end we get back to the same question: do I need the Jeffree Star palette? I would say I probably do. I mean, no, let me rephrase that. Do I have anything like the Jeffree Star palette? No. There are a lot of shades in there, especially the pinky, purpley ones, and that pukey, yellowy, orangey shade that I actually don't have in my collection. And let me just show you the palette, the Morphe palette and the Huda Beauty one. I'm gonna pop the Jeffree Star palette up on the picture as well on the screen. And you know, I have this yellowy shade here that is quite similar but not the same. I have these two pinky colors which again are similar but not even near close to the same. I have this purpley one which is similar but quite far from the one in the palette. The one in the palette of Jeffree Star is quite a bit darker. And then you would surely think that, oh hey, look at all those colors. That might be similar, but you know what? It's not. Like the lighter pink ones here are a lot more of like a dusty rose kind of color, rather than anything of like the pastel one in that palette. Again, this purple is similar, but I had to mix it with that one to get that sort of a shade, and I don't think it's still quite the same. Again, this one could be similar, but it's still not quite the same. This one is not as grey as the other one there, and again, I could probably mix these two, but there's just so much mixing going on. And I'm torn because I'm like, do I really need it? No. Do I really want it though? Yes. Would it be unique to my collection? Yes, it would be. And also, I've never really tried anything from Jeffree Star, so at this point, well, no, I tried a liquid lipstick. Oh, that could have been actually quite nice with this look as well, but never mind. That's not a point now. So I haven't really tried his eyeshadow formulas, and I'm really interested. And you know, it's 40% off, which is the, you know, just, I mean, that's how they always get me. That, you know, oh, it's like 40% off, whatever. And I think I might order it. And then come back and see how different the look would be. That would actually be quite a nice video. I quite like that idea. What do you guys think? But yeah, let me zoom you in so you can see the finished look anyway. Just so you can see my eyes really close up. I still like this look, don't get me wrong. I still do. But it could look really different with the Jeffree Star palette, I think. Guys, so that's the video for today. Basically me trying to convince myself I don't need to go shopping, and then at the end I will go shopping anyway because I'm a makeup addict. Probably, but we still created a quite nice colourful look in the process, even if I say so myself. I hope you enjoyed this video and this tutorial of some sort. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below what you think. And also, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to hit 100 subscribers by Christmas. It would be just such a good Christmas present, and we are not too far off. We need about 23 people, I think, as of now. And I never really thought I will even get to this point. So everyone who subscribed and, you know, comes back all the time to watch my videos, thank you so much. I'm still gobsmacked, but thank you. And for now, I think I'm gonna go before I blabber on too much, as I always do. But I hope that you guys are having a lovely day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.